We train to have mastery of our own mind.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spiritual Warrior introduction video. This video aims to provide some tips and approximations of the postures and exercises we'll do for the 10-day Spiritual Warrior Challenge. The first tip I want to provide is how to choose a comfortable meditative seat for the opening 5-minute pranayama breathing section. We'll choose a block to elevate the hips above the knees and let the waist lengthen so the lungs can expand and contract in their natural range. First, bring the knees wide. This is called Siddhasana or Siddhasana. You bend the left knee to the sky, then you move the knee to the side as you bring the left heel towards the pubic bone. This causes the knee to draw down. You can feel the waist lengthening. Then you bend the right knee, draw that knee to the side, bring the heel into the pubic bone. And then you can put the back of the wrists on the knees. You can put the wrists down. You can put your writing hand and your non-writing hand, but choose a gesture that allows you to be as stable and still as possible. Next, we'll look at some variations for 4 sets of push-ups. You don't have to do 4 sets of 25 push-ups. This is a suggestion to push yourself to the edge and have an adaptive response to 1,000 push-ups over 10 days. You can do push-up modifications with the different hand positions, which I'll show you. You can do planks, or you can do mountain climbers, and I'll demonstrate each of those right now. Some of you may feel comfortable doing your push-ups with your hands as far out, as wide as the side of the mat, on each edge of the mat. And in this case, your elbows will bend to the side more. You push your heels back, you spread the chest, and the gaze is slightly forward, so the cervical spine is long, it's not contracted, and this can create ease at the suboccipitals at the base of the neck. And if you crick your neck or drop your neck, that creates pain. So again, this one is a wide hand position, and the heels push back so the legs are strong. If the legs are soft and bend, the lower back starts to compress. So with the heels back, inhale, exhale. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Again, we'll do 25, so whatever choice you make, stick to it till the 25 are done, which takes under a minute. So you use a timer as well, and we'll rest for 3 minutes for the first 3 practices, and then we'll start to bring that down to perhaps 2 minutes 45 seconds, and then 2 minutes and 30 seconds while you are resting. This is a great resting posture in between your sets of push-ups. This is Vajrasana with the knees close, feet close, and you sit on the heels. It stretches your thighs as well, which prepares you for the back bends. If you want a more challenging posture, which is a form of active rest, you can take the hero's seat, which is Virasana. The knees are close, the feet are wider than the hips. You draw the calf flesh back and to the side, and you sit here. A really active form of rest is to do a chest stretch. So the left arm is to the side, you bend the right knee, and the right hand supports you here to the side. You open your right hip and look past the right shoulder. You reverse this for the other side. You stretch the right arm to the side, the left arm gives you support, and you can take 5 to 7 breaths on each side. So this is a form of active recovery where we're stretching the primary muscles that are worked. Next, we'll look at the Chatwari Yoga push-up variation. This is where the hands are closer, they're on the mat, at the edge of the mat. The heels kick back and the elbows hug close to the body as the chest projects forward. So it's inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You can see that the elbows hug the body. And what this does is when you press the index knuckle, the upper arm bone, the humerus, rotates in to the shoulder socket and it feels very sturdy. I recommend splitting the difference between the elbow going very far out and very far in so that you can have the endurance to make it to 100 push-ups by the end of the challenge. So that's going to look a little like this. I have a couple fingers, 3 fingers, 2 fingers off the mat, and I'm pressing the index knuckle, and I've split the difference here. 1, 2, 3. The key is chest forward, heels back. Chest forward, heels back. This allows a dynamic tension to come to the body so that we feel stable, and it's not just an arm exercise or where the energy of the waist collapses and causes tension in the lower back. So that's the one I recommend. Next, we'll look at plank. Let's take a really good look here how to get into plank. You can see the hands are under the shoulders. The knees are under the hips. You take the right leg back, press the heel away, and then take the left leg back, press the heel away, and you engage your thighs and you look forward and you breathe in. Breathe out 1, inhale. Exhale 2. The lower belly is lifted. Breathe in. Breathe out 3. Okay, so during the push-ups, you may choose to stay with a plank until that 25 set push-up is done. Another variation we'll look at is mountain climbers. So this is just going to be a simple thing that I take from my yoga class where we draw the right knee to the right upper arm, the left knee to the left upper arm. This will give you a lot of the stabilizing benefits of the push-up without risking any stress to the shoulder or the elbow. So same thing. Hands under shoulders, same as the plank. Knees under hips. This time let's extend the left leg back and then the right leg back. Look forward, inhale. And on the exhale, you draw the right knee to the right arm. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left knee. Inhale, plank. Exhale, right. Inhale, plank. Exhale, left. Wonderful. So those are some really great choices. Please choose the modification that allows you to stay with your breathing and that it doesn't cause too much stress, which can agitate the mind. If you lose the focus from your breath, the mind can become agitated and we can get caught in our desire for perfection, which is removing us from the spiritual practice. Next, let's take a look at Suryanamaskar A and Suryanamaskar B. Suryanamaskar A has 9 parts. We start standing and we finish standing, and we have a push-up in it, a Chatwari. You don't have to do Chatwari, and I'll show you how to modify that. Let's start by going through all the parts of Suryanamaskar A. It's inhale, lift the arms, look at the thumbs. Exhale, fold forward, touch the earth, relax the head and neck. Inhale, look forward, long waist. Exhale, go to Chatwari, your yoga push-up. Then you point your feet. Inhale, come to upward facing dog. Exhale, go to downward dog. We stay here, breathe in. Breathe out 1 for 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale 2. Breathe in. 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. Bend the knees. Then you look up and inhale, step or jump forward. The feet come together and you look up to lengthen the waist. Next step, exhale, fold forward. Relax the skull. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, stand straight, arms to the side and look forward. That will repeat 3 times. Now, the 4th posture was a push-up. Okay, you don't have to do that push-up. You can simply look up and go to plank. So this is the second position. I'll say inhale the head up. When I say Chatwari, go to a plank instead. Take another breath in, skip the next posture, and go to downward facing dog. Okay? So don't do the push-up to the upward dog sequence. So just to go over it quickly, these are the parts you're going to do if you're skipping Chatwari. You're going to stay in plank and either lower knees, chest, chin, or go to downward dog. So it's going to look like this. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale the head up. Exhale, plank pose. You take an extra breath. Inhale and exhale, down dog. Then you do your 5 breaths here. You bend your knees and step or jump forward. Fold forward. Then come back up. You're participating in the flow, but skipping the push-up. Some folks will choose from the plank to lower knees, chest, chin. Then go to cobra, and then tuck toes, seat to heels, downward dog. So the modification, instead of push-ups, the modification is to take a plank, or from plank, lower knees, chest, chin, and then go to cobra, and then go to downward dog. That is great for your spinal mobility. The next part of the sequence will be Suryanamaskar B, and this has 17 parts. And again, do the same modifications. Do plank, take an extra breath, then go to downward dog, or do the knees, chest, and chin posture from your plank pose. So I'm going to review all the parts of it so that you see what they are and you're familiar with the names. And when we're flowing in real time, live or on tape, you're able to follow in the order that things are called out. So you start standing. This is called Samastitihi, same standing posture. And it begins with inhale, bend the hips and knees, lift your arms, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs, relax the head and neck. Inhale, look up. Exhale, Chaturanga, the yoga push-up. That's where you can do your modification. Inhale, up dog is your next step. Exhale, roll over the toes, downward dog. Right leg steps forward. Inhale, reach up, look up. That's warrior 1. Exhale, go back to Chaturanga or your modification. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Left leg steps forward. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Stay here, breathe in. Breathe out. 1. Inhale. Exhale, 2. Breathe in. 3. 4. 5. Bend the knees. Then inhale, step or jump forward, feet together, lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward, relax the head and neck. Bend the hips and knees, so we're reversing the way we came up. Chair pose, inhale. And Samastitihi, same standing posture. Those are the parts of Surya Namaskar B. On the Spiritual Warrior Challenge, there's no need to overdo it. So if back bending is difficult for you or new for you, I'm going to give you a version called a restorative back bend with the block. This is a restorative posture that you can stay in for the duration of the back bends. It's very simple. It's from a bridge pose. You bend both knees, you put your feet down hip distance, you keep the feet parallel, and you take a block. At level 3 works for my body, some people like level 2. Lift the hips and slide the block under the tailbone, and this causes the glutes to relax, and the weight of gravity helps the bones to relax. So you can stay here with the palms up for the entire back bend sequence. Another option is to simply practice bridge pose instead of each wheel. So the feet are in the same posture. You lift the lower, middle, and upper back. Then you catch the hands behind you. Try to straighten the arms. Lift the chest to the chin and the chin away from the chest. That is bridge. And you can come down and take rest in between. When we're doing the wheels, you can choose bridge pose. Next, I'll show you how to do wheel. If you have tight shoulders, please, when you take your hands back, bring them wider, further towards the side edge of the mat. And if your shoulders are very flexible, you bring your hands in closer under the shoulders. So the posture starts like this. You take your hands back under the shoulders, the best you can. I recommend, I'm going to come during the challenge straight up, but this is a good way, an intermediate way. You can come to your head on an inhale, exhale, elbows in towards each other, and then inhale, do the back bend. Okay? Chin to chest after 5 breaths, and you come down. And a good resting posture is feet as wide as the mat, knees towards each other, right hand on the abdomen, left hand on the heart. We'll breathe 5 times in between each of the 10 wheels and then go right back into it. This is how I come right up. Hands go back, and on one inhale. So those are some options for the back bending sequence of the Spiritual Warrior Challenge. When you come up, this is great. Cross your shins and put pressure on the shin bones. Hold just below your knees on the shin and tighten the waist and rock left side, right side. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale, come up, straighten the legs, and for the forward bend, I recommend taking the butt flesh back so the sit bones reach down, flexing your feet so the thighs engage and are strengthened. Then you open the chest, lengthen the waist, and on an exhale, you hold the shins or you hold the big toes. The head will go up again, inhale, and we bow forward for 10 breaths. If indeed you are using a strap, the appropriate place to belt your feet is the ball of the foot, and then you bow forward. So we'll do that for 10 breaths. That is Paschimottanasana. Next, let's explore how to say the syllables and sounds of the mantras we'll be chanting and connect to their meaning and essence before we flow through the actual sequence of the challenge. The first mantra we work with is called Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Let's say that together in short phrases. I'll give you space to repeat after I call it. When you chant this mantra, think of using the obstacles that are in your life right now as an opportunity to learn, or any time an obstacle comes in, to welcome it as an opportunity to realize yourself as a spiritual being. And you can also think of a skill that you want to download from the universe. This means Om, salutations to Ganesha, the one who grants learning and wisdom, and the one who uses obstacles as a vehicle to spiritual realization. So repeat after me. Om say gum. Now the word ganapataye, say it. Okay, so let's break that down into two parts. Gana, fantastic. Pataye, pataye, say it. Wonderful. Say gana, pataye. Now let's combine them. Gana pataye. And the final word, namaha. Fantastic. So let's try that again before we chant it 10 times together on this mala. If you have a mala, it will help you go through 108 times on the rhythm. If you don't have a mala, you can chant with me out loud. And another way, the most powerful, most subtle way to experience mantra practice is mentally. So while I'm chanting, you may sit there and repeat in your mind. This is very subtle and it codes it very deep in the subconscious mind. So let's repeat the phrases and then do 10 cycles on the mala for practice. So we'll do the call and response to learn the phrases, and then we'll chant together 10 times. Say Om, Gam, Ganapataye, Namaha. And now one time. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Fantastic. Let's try it 10 times. Let's chant one Om and then 10 rounds and then one Om just for practice. Take a deep breath in for Om. And we'll do this together. Om. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 So as far as cadence goes, we'll be very rhythmic, and the middle third can get intense. It can sound like this. When we're doing the practice, it can sound like Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha, Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. And then towards the end, it can temper a little bit. And then the last one is going to be done slowly to bring it to a halt as we transition to the next mantra. So we'll open the mantra sequence like this. 3 Oms, then 108 Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Then we'll do one more Om, 108 Om Namah Shivaya, another Om, then Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu, and then 3 Oms. So we're opening with 3 Oms, closing with 3 Oms, and we have an Om in between each mantra. The second mantra we'll work on is called Om Namah Shivaya, and what you can think of is the part of yourself that is spirit or universal consciousness. You can think, I am connecting to universal consciousness, or you can go as far as to think, I am universal consciousness. I am the spirit. This mantra is a doorway to our spirit. So say with me, Om Namah Shivaya. Now together, Om Namah Shivaya. Fantastic. This mantra, the syllables purify the chakra points along the spine, along the central channel. So let me count out 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Let's chant Om, then 10 times Om Namah Shivaya, and then Om again. Take a deep breath in. Om Namah Shivaya, 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 Om Namah Shivaya. Okay, this plants the seed of universal consciousness sprouting up in the chitta, the field of thought, that later sprouts into action. So these are seeds we're planting in our subconscious mind. The last mantra is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And this you can just think of wellness for all, and may your actions, thoughts, and words create happiness and peace for others. So it literally means, may my thoughts, words, and actions create happiness and peace for other living beings. This mantra is one of the Shanti mantras, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Say Loka, Samasta. Let's break that into two. Say Sama, Sta. Samasta. Sukhino Bhavantu. Say Bhav, Antu. Say Bhavantu. Repeat again. Loka, Samasta, Sukhino Bhavantu. Fantastic. Let's chant Om, and then 10 times, and then another Om. Take a deep breath in. Om. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. 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 Om. So when we finish the practice, again, we'll chant 3 Oms, and then we'll have the word Shanti 3 times. So it's going to be Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. It sounds like this. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. So we're wishing for peace in all of the realms. So these mantras are a great way to put the mind in a good groove, a positive groove. So those are the parts of the sequence and tips for the Spiritual Warrior 10-Day Challenge.